Um, okay, so when we are engaging with other people, whether it's a prospect or a customer that we already have, or maybe a coach that we want to maybe dig a little deeper and find out if they want to start building or if we can help them in any way. Sometimes I know we talk about this all the time. It can be super, hard or easy to like what we call word vomit or whatever. So I know that can be hard sometimes. Okay, I'm going to try to mute oh, here we go. Good. So, okay, so everybody's muted. So if you have a question, just unmute yourself and I can hear you. So when I'm first talking to someone and I send out an invite, it's usually because they have either commented on a post, liked a post, or they've been watching my stories. Every once in a while, you'll get those people that reach out to you and they're like, hey, what are you doing? I want to do it. And those people, that's awesome. That's amazing. But it doesn't always work like that. So when we go back to what I was calling active listening, it's super important to remember to really listen to the needs of the potential customer or your actual customer or your coach. Okay. So we know the answer, right? Because we have had that change. We have had that amazing thing happen in our life where we were finally able to fit in workout consistently, or we were able to see a weight loss, or we were able to really gain some confidence. Whatever it is, whatever transformation that you saw in your own life that led you to coaching, that is, what we're excited to share with people. And like, we know we have the answer, right? Because we have so many amazing tools to share with people that are truly going to help them, however they need help. Like we have 2B Mindset now. We have the container system now, the Ultimate Portion Fix now. Not that we didn't have it before, but so much more to offer people for nutrition. And then as far as supplements go, we know how amazing they are because we've seen what they do for us. So we know the answer, right? But sometimes it's really easy to just kind of spit everything back out at them at once. And maybe some people get like a little bit scared and they're like, oh, never mind. I don't think I want to do this anymore. I know I did that when I first started coaching, and actually up until about a year ago, because I was just so like nervous. And I was talking about this with Angie today. Like I was just like nervous to like get the process done. Like I just want to tell them everything and get it done. But sometimes we just have to slow down and layer on the information. And after Coach Camp, I even took it a step like slower, and it's really helped to just kind of go slow with people. And you can kind of tell the people that maybe are asking all the questions and want all the answers. That's great. But sometimes you have to lead them through those steps. So as you're doing that, I encourage you to really take a peek at everything they're telling you. So sometimes I've found that I invite someone and I might use wording like, thank you so much for watching my stories. It's so fun connecting with people on here. I love like your dog is so cute. I'm absolutely in love with him. I love seeing your posts. So I'm not sure if you'd be interested or not, but I love sharing health and fitness with other women. And I even have this amazing accountability group online. Would you be interested in maybe hearing a little bit more info? I'd love to share with you. That's my initial invite. They come back and they're like, yes, thank you so much. Yeah, I want some more info. At that point, I'm going to go into the basics of our group. I'm going to say, awesome. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to share with you. So our group is focused on at-home workouts. We have so many different awesome kinds to choose from. And at this point, you kind of speak your heart and just tell them like, I love the shorter workouts. We have so many options that are shorter, all different types. We really focus on clean eating, stuff that you're actually going to want to eat. And then our group is full of these amazing, empowering women. And we just share what we're struggling with, and we just uplift each other every day. How does that sound? Or sometimes I'll say, does that sound like something that would serve you well? Or does that sound like something you would enjoy? So I try to put like a positive question at the end. Like, does that sound like something that would serve you? And they're like, oh, well, yeah, that would definitely serve me. Or, yeah, that sounded enjoyable. That sounded great. So they say, yes, I'm interested. At this point, I'm going to ask what their goals are. And it's probably going to be a super short message like, I'm going to keep the like the energy going, and I'm going to say, great, I'm so excited. Can I ask you what your goals would be? I would love to help you find a program that you're going to enjoy doing and that's going to help you hit those goals. Could I ask what your goals would be? And at that point, they're probably going to share with you their struggles too. So some people might respond to you with, oh, my goals would be to lose 15 pounds. I really struggle with binge eating, and I've noticed, ever since work got really busy and I'm so stressed, it's even worse. But I think I really would like to do the at-home workouts. That sounds good. What kind are they? And so at this point, we're thinking, okay, we know the answer, right? Beachbody On Demand and Shakeology, or Beachbody On Demand and Performance. And sometimes we want to jump right into that, right? At that point, we want to be like, I've got the answer for you, and here it is. And here's the challenge pack. And they're like, challenge pack sounds scary, number one, and oh my gosh, this is a lot of information. What is all this? So it's kind of overwhelming, and I'm not saying we all do this. I'm just saying I used to be super guilty of this. So I'm just sharing with you what has helped me. So what we've done there is we've jumped into not really explaining things well, and just because we know, and we're sharing with a good heart. It's not that we're trying to like get that sale. We just know like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is going to be perfect for her. And we just want to share it, or him, or whoever you're talking to. But another thing we did is we blew right past that part where she said she really struggles with binge eating, and she notices that it's centered around work, and that work has gotten really stressful. So like maybe we totally forgot to acknowledge that piece of information that she shared with us. So I think what really helps us serve other people well and helps us form connections, like real, true connections with other people, is slowing down and doing that active listening and saying, oh man, she said that work has really like gotten stressful. So maybe we just take a beat and we're just like, oh my goodness, like I'm sorry to hear about work. What is it that you do? If you don't know, or if it's somebody that you know, what's going on at the hospital? Like, I'm sorry you're so stressed, or whatever. I just say that because that's where I work PRN, but you know what I mean? Like whatever it is that, they're telling you, or like, yeah, I've really been having a lot of trouble with my youngest, and we've been spending a lot of time on schoolwork, like whatever it is. I'm just trying to think of some things that people might throw at you. I really encourage you to slow down and acknowledge all the pieces of information that they're giving you, because they're trusting you, you guys. I can't tell you how many people I don't know from Adam that are sharing things with me. And actually, I had to reach out to Carlita this past week because I reached out to a girl on Instagram, and she shared with me that her husband is really controlling and that she has to be really careful about what she does because he doesn't want her to lose any weight. And at that point, yeah, you guys, that's God putting that lady right in front of me is what I feel like. But then I'm like, oh my gosh. So I immediately messaged Carlita. If you guys don't know, Carlita is an amazing counselor and works with sexual assault victims, and she's a coach on our team. And she'll actually probably be hopping on the call here. She said she's running behind. But anyway, I messaged Carlita right away, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Like, I'm worried if she's safe or not by that. So, but you guys, this kind of stuff happens on a lesser level all the time. Maybe it's not that extreme, but people are sharing really intimate details of their life with us because they see us on social media or whatever in real life, or they know us from town or from work, and they see us and they just feel a connection with us because we share so much of our life maybe with them. But this is the first time that they've reciprocated and shared with us. So I just think it's so important to take it slow and to acknowledge the things that they're telling us, and really kind of digging in and forming that relationship. And I'm not saying we have to fix everything as much as I want to just ask a ton of questions and dig in with that lady that I'm talking with on Instagram. I'm like taking it really slow. And I actually sent her a couple of videos about Beachbody On Demand and something else, I don't remember. And I'm probably going to wait until she decides she wants to purchase. And then I'll probably ask that question like, okay, are you safe? I don't want to do anything that's going to upset your husband because I don't want anything to happen. I'll find a way to say it nicely. In fact, I already said it's Carlita and she said it sounded great and I should have kept that message. That's the thing about voice text on iPhones, you guys. You have to click the little keep button if you don't want it to disappear in 60 seconds. So, as you're layering in that information with them and just taking it step by step, I encourage you to keep it personal. Keep it personal and real with them, and make sure you're listening to them and acknowledging their needs and like their like what's going on in their life. So that's kind of how I go about that. At the point where we're actually talking about goals, that's when I'm going to recommend whatever it is. If people really struggle with emotional eating, I might mention 2B mindset. If people just really need a plan to follow, then we have that with the container system with the Beachbody On Demand. And we even have the option for the ultimate portion fix now. The end of my sentence went right out of my head. I'm sorry. So depending on their needs, and I really encourage you guys, if you are struggling with what to recommend for them, don't hesitate to reach out to any of the coaches in the team, your upline or Tabitha or anybody that you're like, oh, hey, like anybody that's able to answer your question. That's what we're all here for. And I know as new programs get added and new options get added, sometimes we just want to make sure we have all the info. So don't ever worry about asking questions. And honestly, like I call customer service a lot because that's what they're there for too. Not that you have to call customer service because you can find your answer or ask one of us, but sometimes I'm super impatient and I just want to know. So, so that's kind of how I do the layering process. Does that make sense? How you just take it piece by piece. And if you're ever asking yourself like, yikes, is this too much at one time? It's okay to just ask that first question and wait for them to respond. And then, I generally wait a day or two to follow up with them. But again, there's no right or wrong answer there. I just usually give them like 24 to 48 hours to like have a chance to read my message and think about it. And maybe like 90% of the people open it at a bad time because I don't know, for whatever reason. I think us as coaches are maybe a little bit more aware now that when we open a message, we really need to focus on it. But like most people aren't like that. So really, it can be really like nerve-wracking because you're like, they read my message and they didn't respond. What? WTH? I thought you were watching your movie. Go watch your movie. Mommy's talking. Every last word. And by the way, if you're inviting and you're doing your own thing, you gotta be quiet, okay? Okay. Go see if there's another one in the kitchen. Go. If it's working for you, then that's great. Like this is just a way that I have found that works really well for me. And I've really noticed a change in my business when I did start to take it a little slow. And I will say that one of the last things I do is explain the pricing. And I know that I wasn't really comfortable with voice clips at first, but now if I can send a voice clip, I do because it's so much easier. But when it does come to pricing, I usually tell them every single thing that they're going to get in their challenge pack. They're going to get the 12 months of the on-demand, which is usually $99 for a year. That on-demand is going to give them access to every single calendar, every single new program that comes out, and all the meal plans. They're also going to get a 30-day supply of Shakeology. Please stop playing on the cat. I swear he wants to kill that cat. Um, and then at the end, I'll say, I will say the price. And you get all of those things for $160 or whatever the price is. But like for either the Shakeology or the Performance line, it's $160. So I always try to say it at the end, after I've told them all the amazing things they get for that price, just because I think it helps them to really hear all of the things that they get. And then I usually say, this is just the option that gives you the most tools at your fingertips for the best price, because that's the truth. There's no lie about that. The challenge packs give them the most things for the smallest price. So I always say that, but then I always follow it up with, but we have plenty of other options that we can talk about if we need to. Or if that doesn't sound, doable to you, there's so many other options I can talk through with you. So I always let them know they have their options, because we know a challenge pack is like the easiest way to get them what they need for the best price. But sometimes, and this is what got pointed out at Coach Camp by Lindsay, sometimes they may not be ready for everything at once. And do we really want to shove all that on them if they're not going to use it? And then they're going to maybe have a little bit of a negative, like, well, I bought all this and I didn't even use it. Not that that's on them, of course, but you just want to meet people where they're at. And sometimes that can be hard to do if we're already have this thing in our head that we know that will help them, because we know it. And like I said, it's you're coming from that place and your heart is good. But it's real important too to meet people where they're at. And I know it's hard because we have so many people that like are at the gym, or we have so many people that are doing keto. Like Angie mentioned that today too. Because I get a lot of those keto people. I don't know about you guys, but I get a lot of people that are already doing like keto or low carb or whatever. And I'm like, how are you not dying without your carbs? And I kind of make a joke about that sometimes, like, oh my gosh, you're tough. Like, I would die without my carbs. It's kind of like what I'll say that in my message as like LOL or something. Because I think sometimes they're like, oh, well, she's had really good results and she's eating carbs. Like, yeah, I need to, or I just might die for real. So I think it's important to meet people where they're at. If they are doing keto and they really don't want to follow our nutrition plan, we can still present them with Shakeology and the Performance line and our amazing workouts. If somebody is loving the gym, then who are we to poo-poo them? Like Lindsay said at Coach Camp, there are so many negative things in this world. If somebody is finding results and joy somewhere else, then that's healthy. That's healthy. Then that's awesome. So we can always share with them. Maybe they do need help with their eating. Maybe they do need a good nutrition plan. Maybe they do need a good pre and post workout. So I think that's a good way to think about things. Just think about how can you serve others with their wants and needs and goals. So I hope all of that makes sense. The last kind of little thing I wanted to go over was how I word Shakeology. So something that used to stress me out was how in the heck do I bring up Shakeology? Because I think people hear it and assume that it's just like every other shake out there. Or even how do you bring up the Performance line? That kind of a thing. So the verbiage I use that I have found really intrigues people and gives them a good idea of what Shakeology is the following. So if we've talked about Beachbody On Demand and they're interested, I will always follow that message up with, okay, awesome. I wanted to share with you, we also have a wellness package available. So I don't use the Verbiage Challenge Pack anymore. I really like how they were talking at Coach Camp about saying a customizable wellness package, because I think that's a good way to say it to people that they're not like challenge or it, sometimes challenge pack can sound scary. So I always say we actually have a wellness package that you can get your year of On Demand with access to everything, plus a 30-day supply of our superfood shake. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with Shakeology, but what it is is a vitamin shake that's full of awesome nutrition and superfoods. And it's really helped me a lot. So it's not a meal replacement, and I do always say that. It's not a meal replacement. It totally can be, but it doesn't have to be. But even when our nutrition is spot on, okay, the part that you guys need to hear is being super loud. I'm so sorry. I need you to be quiet. Can you take this and go?
No.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
Here. He's sorry too. Here, go play. Take this and go play. I hate throwing a screen at him, but I really just need him to be quiet. So I'm throwing a screen at him. Hashtag real life. So anyway, I share with them, Shakeology is this vitamin shake, this amazing vitamin shake that really helps lay a great nutritional foundation. I always share, even when our nutrition is spot on, we are still nutrient deficient or we're still lacking vitamins and nutrients. And what Shakeology does is it really fills in the gaps and gives you a great foundation. I have found that it helps me with XYZ. So for me, I always say I found that it gives me really good energy. It has completely helped me with my gut issues. And the biggest thing for me is my sweet cravings. It helps me like conquer my sweet cravings. So that's how I kind of bring in Shakeology, just those real quick 2 or 3 lines about how it helps fill in the gaps in our nutrition, because we are nutrient deficient. There's no lie. And I think people hear that a lot. And really that they can make it a meal replacement or it doesn't have to be. The versatility of the shake is amazing because I make protein balls, I make pancakes, I make shakes, obviously, so really presenting that versatility. And that's the same way I talk about the performance line, because so many people use pre and post workout stuff that's full of junk. So I think I really, like when I'm talking about Energize, I mention how it's plant-based and it uses coffee and green tea as its caffeine. So it's a really clean, plant-based pre-workout. And I mentioned that my husband was able to knock out his Mountain Dew habit by using it. So instead of drinking a Mountain Dew every day, he drinks Energize every day. So I share that. Feel free to share that if anybody ever needs it, because I think that really says a lot about that product. And then, of course, the post-workout, like we all know, we wouldn't be able to walk without it some days. Like just kind of throw in however, you feel Recover has helped you. But really, the verbiage I use there is the Recover is more of a quick acting protein. It doesn't have any of the superfoods, but it really helps me with my muscle soreness and my muscle recovery. So I can really hit it hard the next day too. So that's how I kind of word that. So I think I hit everything, guys. I really just wanted to go through the verbiage, and because I know for me, that really helps me is to know how to say things, but then to put my own personal spin on it. So I hope that helps you guys. And then any newer coaches, you guys feel free to share this video with them because it'll be uploaded in our team page, or watch it again, or excuse me. That TV is really loud. I hope you guys can't hear. I'm so sorry. Okay, so if I could figure out how to share the screen, I would also love to, and you guys notice I'm not orange tonight? Remember the last call I did was like, I was yellow, and I'm like, I don't know. It's fine this time. So does anybody, while I'm trying to figure this out, does anybody have any questions that I can answer while I'm trying to figure out how to share the screen? It might not happen. And that's okay. Yes. Oh, you should be able to unmute yourself, but let me. Where are you? There you are. Okay.
Excuse me, I went to talk. Okay, so the only question I have is like, within the team group, could you do like a post about Shakeology and then put your wording in with it. Obviously, you don't have to do them all like within the next 24 hours or anything, but like do that. And then with the Recover, could you put like your wording that you use with it? Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm lazy. I'm a copy paster. You know that.
No, yes.
Constantly. So
what do you think I do too? Dude, I'm a copy paster. I'm a copy paster, backspace, put it in my own groove, you know?
yeah.
Yes, I can do that. I will put it in the files section, but you'll see it when it's uploaded and I'll tag you. By the way, did anybody see the call from last week? Because I was hoping to tag a couple of my coaches in it, but I haven't seen that it got it uploaded, which maybe it's uploaded in Lindsay's page and I just need to look. You guys didn't see it though, the one, because I wasn't on that second call, but Angie, you were the 8 o'clock call and somebody else was, and they said it was good. And I'm like, I really want to listen. Okay, I'm going to mute you again, Kayla. Okay. Let me see. Oh, you guys, I figured it out. So real quick, while we have just a few minutes, if anybody has any questions, just unmute yourself and go for it. Okay, can you see my screen? Okay. I'm real sorry, but you're going to have to deal with all my tabs. Oh, there's only a couple. Okay. So I just wanted to show you all kind of where to look for different things in your back office. Okay, so everybody sees Autumn, is that right? Okay. So the thing is you go to teambeachbody.com and you have to go to coach office and you have to sign in twice. If anybody knows a quicker way, tell me. I'm not real computer literate, so. Okay, so you guys can see, oh, okay, that scared me because I said, all I saw was the Success Club 5 and I'm like, did they take a point away from me? Okay, so you guys can all see the screen here. So this is what comes up first. And I wonder if I can hide you guys real quick. Okay, so this is the home page and you'll see all of your business alerts. So your business alerts tell you if there's anything new within the last 24 to, I think they stay up for 3 days and then new ones will take their place. So you can look at your customer orders, new customers. Sorry, we have 10 minutes left, it's telling me. Okay, it'll tell you if you have any new personally sponsored coaches. So these are your business alerts, but if you go up here to monitor my business, it will give you all sorts of other options. So here's your customer and order. So if you have a customer that's like, hey, I don't remember what date my last one shipped out, this is where you would click and it would bring up all of your customers. And I probably won't scroll down if I'm going to put this on YouTube just because if I'm going to upload this to YouTube just because I don't want to share anybody's personal information. But because you guys can't really see it, right? You can't see the bottom there. So this is where your customers show up and you can search for everything. So that's under Monitor My Business. So you can look up all your subscription orders, everything. Qualification, you can look and see about your Success Club qualification. I really like this because I'll click on Success Club qualification and I will go to, I don't think this says anybody's personal information, and it'll show me my points and it shows me where they came from. So if I would click on this underlined 2 here, this was from a new coach signing up. That was probably you, Angie, I'm thinking. So if I click on that, it would tell me who it was and when they ordered. So this actually helps me. So like in February, I was having a panic attack because I'm like, I know I had several new people last month and I wanted to make sure that I told them that their subscription was coming up. So like if they sign up with a challenge pack, they're automatically going to get an order of either shakes or performance line, whatever they signed up with. So I always like to remind my customers, even though they get an email, I think it's nice as often as I'm able to do this, I'll remind them so that they know and they don't get any unwanted charges. But this is where you're going to look at your downline too. And again, I probably won't click on this because it will show all of my personally sponsored coaches. So your sponsorship drill down is a great link to click because it shows you all of your coaches, what leg they're on, and it shows you if they're active. So you'll know if, okay, sorry, I was bringing you guys back. So you'll know where they're at. And if they need to put an order in to stay active, you can always check in with them, or maybe they'll tell you like, no, I'm gonna go inactive this month or whatever it is. Of course, we always want to encourage coaches to stay active, but of course, you know, that's the beauty of signing up as a coach is you don't have to be every month. And I think that's a really good thing because that gives people the option to do what's best for them. So that's Monitor My Business. Grow My Business is going to give you all your tools, your website profile, sending emails. I send bulk emails every quarter probably. I try to send bulk emails to all my customers, inviting them to the next challenge group and offering my help. I don't always get responses, but at least I'm sending them and at least they're there. And I have actually gotten to know, I've gotten coaches and customers from this. I have a coach in California that responded to an email. I have a customer in Canada that responded to an email. So you never know who you're going to connect with. And it's really cool making friends that far away that you've never met before. So this share a cart here is where you're going to go to build people whatever it is that they're wanting to buy. So this share a cart link lets you actually put in exactly what they want. The flavor, the type of product that they're getting, all of that. So that's a great place to go right there. And it walks you through step by step. You sign in, you put their email in, you mark that they want to be a coach or a customer, if it's a coach or a customer, sign up. And then it will bring up the page like you're shopping and you're literally building them their cart, and then they just click on the link and it takes them to the checkout and they can review it and go ahead and process their orders. So that's really been an amazing tool that takes the guesswork out of it for people. So there's lots more I could show you here. The compensation is where you can look at your benefits. That's back under Monitor My Business. Compensation is going to show you the team volume, which is going to tell you how many times you'll team cycle bonus, that kind of thing. The earnings and commission is going to give you your actual paychecks and where everything came from, whether it was a commission or a team cycle bonus or a bonus from signing a couple coaches, whatever it is, it'll be there. And then your EFT management is where you're going to go to upload your credit card information, your bank account information so you can get your paycheck. They do send paper checks, but they really encourage people to do the automatic. And of course, I would rather do that as well. So I know I've talked about a lot, and I will definitely upload those. Now, you guys, if I can figure out how to not share the screen. Okay. Can you see me now? Did that work, you guys, or not? So I really need to get better about figuring this out. Anyway, yes, I can see everybody. Okay, so that's really all I wanted to cover tonight. I really wanted to make tonight about giving you guys as many applicable things, words, steps to take to build your business, because for me, that was the most overwhelming part, is knowing what to say, when to say it, and how to say it. But really, there's no right or wrong answer. We do absolutely encourage, we do actually encourage you guys to really dig in and, find out what the person needs or wants, but there's no like right or wrong way. So like I said, if you are doing something that's working for you and you're speaking from your heart, then that's all that matters. But hopefully this gives you guys some tools to use. Does anybody else have any other questions? Okay, so I will make a document and upload it to the file section that shows the verbiage for Shakeology and performance. And if there's anything else anybody thinks of, just shoot me a message or a text or whatever, and I can do that. We have 2 minutes left, but as long as nobody has anything, I'm going to probably have to figure out how to stop recording, but oh well. And then I know Tabitha, I didn't look in our group. Did somebody offer to go live tomorrow? I know Tabitha, did anybody listen to that message in the leadership thread? I know that tomorrow somebody, one of the coaches on our team is going to go live about what's working for them and their business as well. So be looking for that in the team page, guys, because I think it's always so good to hear what people are doing that's working to help others. So, okay, I will get off of here and let you guys have your evening. Thank you guys so much for jumping on, and I will talk to you guys soon. Now I'm going to figure out how to stop recording. Okay.